Hello everyone, I'm back again with a new lesson this time. What are we going to do in this lesson? Let me start with a question. Can you guess my age? Did I hear any of you saying 35? No, please, I'm not 35. You can just go on guessing and maybe I tell you by the end of the lesson. Maybe you might want to stay tuned for that. First of all, I'm going to introduce you to the age groups that we have. The first one here is a baby. Of course, you know a baby. And what do you think is the age group of a baby? Quite obviously, it's from 0 to 2. There's another word that we can use for a baby, a cute word. It says infant. Yes. Right. The second word here, toddler or preschooler. This age group is from 3 to 5. Yes, you can either call them a toddler or a preschooler. Why a preschooler? Because pre means before, and of course this means that a child who does not yet goes to the school. The third one here, child. This is from the age group of 6 to 8. Quite obvious. Preteen. 9 to 11. Yes, like I told you, preschooler, somebody who goes from before the school, before he or she starts school. The same way a child who has not yet started the teenage is called a pre-teenager. This one here, teenager, that's a very common term, and we know, teenage is marked by significant mood swings. So please be careful with your 15-year-old cousin. She might just act weirdly. Here, it goes from, sorry, I made a mistake here. This goes till 12, and this goes from 13 to 18. Right. We also have an interesting term here for teenagers. The teenagers who are towards the later part of their teenage, which is from 16 to 18, are also called as adolescents. Yes, they're also called as adolescents, those who are towards the later part of their teenage. The next one here is an adult. You know who an adult is. Many of you watching this video are adults. It's after 18 years of age until maybe we might say 55. And 18 to 55 would be adults. And we also have something called as middle age. This generally refers to people who are within the age group of 45 to 55. So like for teenagers, those who are at the later part of their teenage are called adolescents. The same way those adults who are towards the later part of their adulthood are called middle-aged people. You must have heard about the midlife crisis. If you haven't, Google it up. You'll find out about it. The last one here, we talk about elderly people or people who are in their old age, very commonly also known as senior citizens. This refers to people who are above the age of 55. Don't tell me you have a silly question that what do we call people before 0? Of course, they are unborn, or also in medical terms, we call them a fetus, a baby. A baby that is unborn is also called as a fetus while the baby is still in the womb, in the developing stage. And Above 55, it goes on and on and on. The old age. Right. So here are certain phrases. The first three phrases that I'm going to discuss with you are actually ways of sharing your age or talking about your age to somebody. And after this, we are going to discuss certain idioms about age. So starting with the phrases that you can use to tell somebody about your age or to not tell somebody about your age. When you are trying to hide your age and you don't want to tell somebody how old you are, then what do? You give them an approximate, right? So here, the first phrase, she's in her early 20s. That refers to an age group of 20 to 23. The second one here, he's in his late 30s, refers to an age group of probably 36 to 39. In both these cases, if somebody asks you your age and you don't want to tell it to them, then you can always tell them, I'm in my early 20s or I'm in my late 30s or anything of that sort. Right, the third one here, if somebody asks you, how old is your daughter? What will you tell them? How will you tell them how old is she? You can always tell them that she just turned 6. Just here refers to the word recently. Oh, sorry. She recently turned 6. You can use that to tell somebody about your daughter's age or any child's age or anyone's age for that matter. Right. With this, we come to an end of talking about the phrases that you can use to share your age, and we start to look at the idioms that you can use to talk about your age. So idioms basically are a set of words that individually have a different meaning, but together they have a very different meaning and they altogether form a new meaning instead. For example, the first one here, act your age. This idiom means behave according to your age. Yes, this is what it means. So maybe you're going to a library and there's a child, maybe your own child, and she's constantly poking you, hey mama, I just want to see your book, I want to see your book. And what do you tell her? Shh, be quiet, act your age. Don't act like you're a baby, right? So being 6 or, of the age that she is, she cannot act like she's a baby and constantly poke you, right? I hope you understood that. Now the second idiom here, I'm not as young as I used to be. This idiom means that I am old now. You may hear this phrase from your grandpa. If you tell him, come grandpa, let's go cycling, and then what will he say? I'm not as young as I used to be. When I was 25, I used to cycle really well, but now I'm not as young as I used to be. So you may hear it there. The third idiom here, I'm not over the hill yet. Are we talking about mountain climbing? Hill, No, that doesn't refer to mountain climbing. As I told you, idioms, individual words in idioms have a different meaning, but altogether they form an entirely new meaning. So here, I'm not over the hill yet means I am not so old. So let's say you overheard a conversation between your parents and your mom is telling your dad to do something and your dad just replies, I'm not over the hill yet, I can still do it. Or maybe your mom is telling your dad that you cannot do something, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. He might just reply, I'm not over the hill yet, I can still do a lot of things. The fourth phrase here, he's no spring chicken. Pak, pak, pakak. No. Spring chicken here refers to being young. He's no spring chicken. That means that he's not so young. So this lady who maybe saw an old man in a club partying, she comes back and tells her friend, I know Mike, but he's no spring chicken. Still, I see him in the club all the time. This is actually a sort of funny phrase. It's used for people who are not young, but who act as if they are very young. With this, we move to the fifth idiom, which is, she is wise beyond her years. Years? No. Years, right? Age. We're talking about age here, not the ear of hearing. She's wise beyond her years means that she's so like a child who can really solve all the math problems. Like, I'm very bad at math, and I have this cute cousin who's better in math than me, and I go to her with some simple problems which apparently I cannot solve, and she solves them for me sometimes. And I always tell her, you're really wise beyond your years. You're not supposed to solve it. You should not know it. I don't know it, but you still do it. Right. Now moving on to the last two idioms. I'm having a senior moment. So senior moment, as you can see, you can relate it to senior citizens here, something related to old people. I'm having a senior moment means that a person is being forgetful. Forgetful means that they're forgetting how to do things, or they're forgetting to do things. Forgetful. Yesterday, my mom had a senior moment when she added salt to milk instead of adding sugar because she just forgot it. Right. Here, the last idiom that we have for the day is, he lived to a ripe old age. Ripe means like a ripe fruit, a fruit that is fully sweet now and it is to its best state. That is called ripe. And here we refer it to the people who are quite old and, who die at a time in their life when they have already lived many good years. So somewhere after 80s or maybe even 70s these days. So after 70, if they die, we can use for them that my grandpa, he lived to a ripe old age. These are the idioms that we have discussed today. At your age, I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm not over the hill yet. He's no spring chicken. She's wise beyond her years. I'm having a senior moment. Sorry, I'm just forgetting what to do. He lived to a ripe old age. Yes. With this, we come to an end of today's lesson. And please leave me in comments your age group and the idiom that you think best suits you. And my age, I'm not going to tell you. You have to watch more lessons for that. See you again. Do subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for being so patient with me. Take care. Bye. Have a nice time ahead.